雨の日の運転って心配ですよね。いざという時によりちゃんと止まれるタイヤといえば横浜タイヤでしょ。
晴れの日の約4倍も事故が多い雨の運転。横浜タイヤならより安心。
タイヤは雨で選ぼう。横浜タイヤ。
追い求めれば求めるほど遠ざかる時もある。でも理想に追いつけるのは自分だけだ。池江璃花子は横浜ゴムと世界に挑戦する。限界はない。行くぞ横浜。
MID ホイール Are you ready everybody? MID ホイールキャンディームーディー MID ホイールキャンディーフレンディーホイールは MID。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Good morning, welcome back. So we're here in Sugo today. A little bit of rain overnight. It's led into very consistent conditions for the drivers. And we're at 2025 Yokohama Presents FDJ2 Round 4 at Sugo.
Yeah, watching practice today, it seems like people are trying to get used to the weather conditions. They practiced in the dry yesterday, so trying to figure it out in this short time right before qualifying.
Yeah, they've had a couple hours of practice already, so hopefully they'll be doing pretty good. And we have our Japanese MC, Akutsu, and our judges, Judge Imamura, Fukada, and Yamanaka. and myself, Josh, and Buddy Langston.
Yep, we're gonna be here. Didn't think I was gonna make it, but I'm definitely glad I'm here.
Yeah, definitely.
やあみんな、フォーミュラドリフトジャパンのルール判定システムについて説明するよ。まずは優勝までの道のり。大会は予選と決勝に分かれます。予選は単独走行方式。単独で2度走行し、高い方のポイントで上位32位までの決勝進出を争います。決勝は2台によるタンデムバトル方式。先行と後攻を入れ替えての2度の走行による勝ち抜き戦です。これらのコンペティションを決めるのは3名のジャッジ。それぞれライン、アングル、スタイルという視点で判定をします。持ち点はライン35ポイント、アングル35ポイント、スタイル30ポイントの合計100ポイントです。ラインとは規定された各ゾーンをより近く、より理想的なラインで通過できているかを判定します。リアタイヤの設置部分がゾーンの外側のラインをなぞることが高得点のコツ。4本のタイヤのうち3本がラインの外側に出てしまったらポイントは0点になります。各大会によってそれぞれのゾーンに規定ポイントが振り分けられています。アングルとはコースに設定されたゾーンのラインに対してどれだけ深い角度でスムーズに通過しているかを採点します。ラインに対してより垂直なアングルをキープすることが高得点のコツ。各大会によってそれぞれのゾーンに規定ポイントが振り分けられています。スタイルとはドリフトの美しさ、スピード、迫力、ファッションなどドライバー自身が思い描いた走りを確実にコントロールし、ジャッジをうならせることができているかが採点されます。決勝へは先ほど説明した通りポイント上位32台が進出します。決勝は勝ち負けの判定による勝ち抜きトーナメント方式です。追走で行われ先行後攻を入れ替えた2度の走行をもって各ジャッジが勝者の判定もしくはドローの判定をします。3人中2人以上が出した判定で勝者および再走が決定します。追走を有利にするポイントは先行では単独走行と同じくよりポイント基準に沿った良い走りをすることが前提です。それが遂行できていなければジャッジの印象に大きく影響します。後行車両は先行車両と同じラインで同じ角度を取りながらより接近して追随します。しかし先行車両に接近できていても同じライン同じ角度でなければスピードスタイル的に理想的な走りとは言えず勝利にはつながりません。それは先行車両が通ったラインをショートカットすれば接近しやすくなり、また角度が浅ければ速度を上げやすくなり接近しやすくなる、そして調整幅が大きくなるという理由からです。審査はジャッジ席で行っているのでそこから見た判断になります。そのためにジャッジ席の真横に各チーム1人が入れるスポッター席という場所を設けており、ジャッジの見え方をドライバー、チームスタッフと共有できるようになっています。観客席などジャッジ席以外の場所で見ていた場合、審査結果と全く違うように見えることがあります。ライブ放送で見ていた場合も同じように感じる場合がありますが、 それはこの競技がジャッジ席からどのように見えているかで審査されるためです。それぞれが見ている場所によりジャッジ席およびライブ放送のカメラ位置との角度の違い、高低差などで見え方が変わってしまうからです。あくまでもフォーミュラドリフトの審査はジャッジ席からの見え方でジャッジが判断するということになります。それらをご理解の上、フォーミュラドリフトジャパンをお楽しみください。以上がルール概要でした。さあ、フォーミュラドリフトジャパンの楽しみ方が分かったところで Here we go!
Welcome back. Yeah, that was a quick rundown on the on how they're going to be scoring it here. Now, just a heads up. Normally, we're used to a lot of the cars going wider into the rumble strip, but the Sugo track officials told us they would like us to stay off of the rumble strips. So now they're getting as close to the rumble strip or the zebra as possible without getting onto it. I believe that they said it's a 3-point deduction per tire per outside rumble strip.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more challenging, which, I mean, that's what Formula Drift is about, making challenges. I don't know how well you'd be able to see it on camera, but there's a lot of elevation change throughout the course. There's downhill, there's uphill, and it goes back downhill. So it's going to make it very interesting in the rain. Usually when it's dry, grips up, you don't really have to worry about it that much, but in the rain, it is very difficult.
I was talking to some of the drivers earlier, and some of them have never driven Sugo in the wet. So, and just a heads up, Naova 8009 Yokohama is our one tire spec for this series. So all the drivers, same set of tires.
Which they can't change out in the rain.
Yeah, correct. And FDJ2 is also single spec for wheels too. With MID wheels by Rays. So I think there's like 5 or 6 different styles they can choose from, but all of the wheels are MID by Rays.
They look a little bit different than the regular Rays. They do have similar qualities. In my opinion, they look really well.
Yeah, I really like them.
Especially with the cars that they have them on. All look very nice.
So here's the current layout for Sugo. We have the initial or the initiation right by the 3, 2, 1 cones. Again, you just have to start your initiation by the 1 cone, otherwise it starts off with a 0. Or I guess ends up with a 0. And then we have outer zones 1, 2, and 3, all worth 10 points. And finishing up, outer zone 4, worth 5. And the series rankings for FDJ2 after round 1, round 2, and round 3. We have quite a mix.
Yeah, nobody's been in the same spot twice.
J2 is very, very competitive.
Yeah.
So right now they're just prepping the track, trying to get any of the excess water off. I see some guys out with leaf blowers and brooms. There we go, a leaf blower in the corner.
Yeah.
Now is that called a leaf blower everywhere, or
That's the only thing I've ever heard called.
On our series rankings, we have Toshiro Nakamura with 242 points in first and second. Toshiko Mizuno with 207. Third, Daiichi Esaki with 176. Fourth, Seina with 175. And fifth, Koji Nagase with 170 points. Definitely a close race. Third to fifth, with Mizuno in second, pulling just a little bit ahead, and Nakamura in first with I would think a sizable gap, but again,
Anything can happen.
that's true. That's true. Oh. That's Sugo staff. Whenever they were marking in FD, the staff ended up cleaning up the whole grass area just to put in FD. FDJ2 up top, and then Sugo right below it. See that's hashtag FDJ2. That's a ton of work, guys. That is a ton of work.
They got it right.
Yeah. They said that tomorrow that they're going to start off with hashtag FDJ2, and then they can pull up the 2 for just the hashtag FDJ.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah, they're trying
yeah.
to blow off the track, but they're just going to keep raining. So
So they made the business card,
that's awesome.
or is that a sticker?
It might be. It kind of looks like a sticker.
Yeah. It sounded like that they said that they were going to be giving them away starting tomorrow. Yeah, they said they're going to be tomorrow. They're going to be handing them out.
I'm going to have to give you one.
Everybody over here is like, yeah, I want one too. I want one too. Oh, the track is Sportsland Sugo. Yeah, overall though, I mean the conditions are wet, but they've been like this. It's been very consistent for all morning. So the drivers are going to be driving in the same conditions as they practice in, which is unlike the last couple of rounds.
Yeah. I mean, this track is also very different from last round at Ebisu. It's a lot of throttle, a lot of commitment, a lot of speed. When Ebisu was more precision based, this you just kind of let it all hang out.
No, I'll definitely agree. Ebisu, especially with the wall and the figure 8 style, yeah, it's a lot more technical.
And I don't know who got to tune in last week, but FDJ3 was happening last week. Josh was there. I was online watching the live stream. I was in the chat a little bit. But yeah, it was good times.
I mean, again, even when you're not working the events, just coming to them and hanging out with the drivers, hanging out with the crews, it's great. I mean, even if it rains, everybody still has a good time. So he's covering up Picada. That's what they want, a big version still, like or a sticker, like a life-size printout of that.
What are the stickers that you can put like on the window?
Oh,
have, like
yeah.
just the head.
That's one of the areas right above the pits. It's covered. It's very nice. It's a little harder to see zone 1 from there, but I do see a lot of people starting to make their way up to the stands over by zone 1.
Yeah, it's not like it's pouring rain like some of the rounds. It's just like a light drizzle. It's just been consistent all morning and even last night, so everything's just saturated.
Yeah, I see a lot of the workers are starting to make their way off the track. I'm seeing a couple cars head back up to the warm-out zones or burnout boxes, or one of about a dozen names for the and the judges are currently saying that, you know, the drivers were given, it's not a warning, but just I guess a heads up that leaving the zone and going deep onto the zebra will result in a 3-point deduction per tire.
Yeah, that's a lot of points if you hit every single zebra too.
Especially with both tires.
Yeah, or even get that third tire.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you get the third tire on, and you hit, and it's in a 10-point zone. Oh, it's not a rain delay. It's going to start, and my guess is about a minute. Normally we have these. They were finishing up practice, so it took a little longer. Practice ends at 10, and normally it's about 10 minutes for the drivers to get ready, and that's usually right when it starts. Yokohama presents FDJ2 Round 4 Sportsland Sugo qualifying. And you can see a couple of cars are staged and ready for the burnout box. So it is a weird shaped box, but they don't want them to actually do the burnouts, or I say burnouts, the donuts, figure eights, etc. on the actual track. So they had the side area right there.
I mean, it's definitely smart. This track is used for a lot more stuff than just drifting, so
Yeah.
more rubber they can keep off, the better. Or they don't have to scrape it off.
I was talking to one of the other drivers yesterday, and he works at a different track, and they use a lot of it for motorcycles. And the rubber that the cars are put down, it becomes super slick for motorcycles.
Oh, I can imagine.
So that's why they're trying to keep them off of the actual track. Because the last thing you want to do is slide off on a motorcycle. Looks like we have our first driver pulling up to the line right now. Car number 999, Julian Kwok with RSR and TRC. practice, he put down quite a few really good laps, so I'm expecting to see some really smooth runs here.
A lot of people are having trouble coming from this 3-2-1 to the first outer zone because they're trying to not go as fast, where they don't go through the track, but then it goes right uphill right after that 3-2-1 zone. So it slows them down too much, and they can't really reach that outer zone 1.
I mean, that's the trickiest part, just finding the perfect speed for an entry. Too fast, especially in the wet, you'll wash out. Too slow, you grip up. And either of those two, it's a 0. Looks like here we go.
Coming out of the chicane. Hits this 3-2-1. It goes really deep and off track. So we were just talking about that, just trying to find the right speed so you don't wash out and go too far off track.
It's so tough because it looked like he did a little quick flick on the entry. Maybe not as much angle that he's wanting to get to scrub speed. Yeah, a little quick flick there. Yeah, it looked like he just carried way too much speed.
Yeah, I think a little bit more angle would definitely have helped him in that scenario.
Unfortunately for Julian, that's a 0 for run 1. But fortunately for him, he's got another run that he can still do. Up next is car number 22, Yasuro Takano with Advantage Neo, G Meister, Cleve Racing, HPI, and NEAT.
Comes out of the chicane, hits this 3-2-1 with just a nice handbrake entry. Throws a lot of angle and then just didn't have enough speed to stay into it. It's going to be quite interesting watching them go through the track because yesterday you said it was all dry.
Yeah.
So they were coming in with a lot of speed, doing what they know how to do, and then they only had 2 hours to practice in the rain, so not everybody probably got like maybe 5 laps.
I mean, it's tricky because if you got out there right at the 2 hour mark, because it's wet, you don't have to go through a lot of tires, so you could get quite a few more laps. But again, you still have to monitor the rest of the car. And unfortunately, that's a 0 for Takano on his first run.
Yeah, and this track is so long that you have to go all the way around it just to get back in line.
Yeah, very true. Up next is car number 130, Hubert Lee with RSR and TRC.
It's out of the chicane, heading toward this 3-2-1 zone. Has a big flick, deep. And then just, It's just a hard battle to try to fight right now.
Now, I wonder if them sweeping the track may have affected anything. But yeah, just a little deep at the entry of zone 1, or I guess right before zone 1, and he just ended up backing out. So unfortunately, that's a 0 for Hubert. Oh, so we're only qualifying to top 16. Up next is car number 416, Tsui Ryan with KCM, Trade, and TRC.
Has a nice handbrake entry. Gets the first outer zone. Looks like he just touched the rumble strip. Oh, he might have straightened as he come around looking for outer zone 2. Throwing a lot of angle. Ooh. Just getting thrown off by getting into that grassy area on that early transition.
Yeah, so approach him at a lot of speed. Coming around. I think that, again, because they're trying to avoid the 3-point deduction, that ended up messing up the latter part of his run. And unfortunately, that's a 0 for Ryan.
Yeah, I think that might be definitely getting into their head.
Because you don't want to start out to run with a 3-point deduction in zone 1. So, I mean, I get it. But that's what makes it so tricky. It's like, take a 3-point deduction here. But up next, we have car number 26, Masayuki Minami with Team YNJ.
I love the sleek look of that car. Just nice. Kind of look almost like a street car in FDJ. Comes into this 3-2-1 zone with a lot of speed. Oh, looks like he might have gone fully off track, but we'll have to see what the judges thinks. Does a nice job in outer zone 2. He's a little short in outer zone 3, but then does a nice job in outer zone 4.
I think maybe 3 tires off zone 1. Oh, yeah. So unfortunately, it's a 0 for Masayuki.
Yeah, like Josh was saying earlier, we're only doing a top 16 today for FDJ2. That the reason being is FDJ2 and FDJ1 is in the same weekend. So to get everything in, they have to give FDJ2 a top 16. So it's going to be even tougher to get into battles.
We have our next car pulling up to the line. Car number 366, Carmen Dong with HKS China. Yeah, no, but it's definitely tricky, especially going into zone 1, because you don't want to take that 3-point deduction early. So I see a lot of people going super shallow, but then that sets them up for failure going through the next 2 zones.
Would it be worth the risk just to go for it and just get a score?
I mean, I feel especially with the first run right now, you know, take a 3 or 6-point deduction as needed to put something on the board.
We have Carman Dong coming around to this 3-2-1 zone. Does a nice job all the way through outer zone 1. Left foot braking a little bit, trying to slide all the way out to outer zone 2. Does a nice job, does get, looks like maybe 2 tires, and then comes around, does a nice job in outer zone 3. And then all the way through outer zone 4 and the finish line.
You definitely planned it nice and easy. I think you did a very good job with the entry and then into zone 1, especially with the wet conditions.
Exactly.
He picked up quite a bit of speed. It looks like he got a couple tires into the zebra.
Oh, I didn't see that in person. It looked like he might have.
Yeah, so unfortunately right between zone 2 and zone 3. But it's tough to see from here too.
Yeah.
The replays are awesome. But up next we have car number 777, Raman Russell with RS Watanabe, Garidori Kai, Buy Now Japan. Has
a big flick coming around this 3-2-1 zone. And and then shallows up a lot, but trying to make it work as he does get to that first outer zone. And he pushes himself all the way to outer zone 2. Does a nice job in outer zone 2. Throwing a lot of angle in outer zone 3. And leaves it pretty early and then gets into outer zone 4. Might have our first score of the day.
I mean, again, it is what it is, right? I mean, as long as you're able to keep drifting and knock out them runs. No, it's a 3-point deduction if you get into the zebra per tire. Or were you asking, is the green additional?
Now, does that zebra count after the finish line?
I think that's tricky. I don't know that. I guess you could get into it, but
It kind of just sets you up to get
Yeah.
there. So.
the judges are putting the scores in now. They just wanted to see a couple replays. Judges are saying it's still everybody's first run, so there's still quite a bit of learning for them to do. And 58 points for Ramen. Currently, #1 position.
He did a lot better than everybody else by getting a run on for this first run.
And up next, we have car number 171, Eijo Noguchi, with Harukaze Racing.
Doing a nice, safe entry right at that 3-2-1. Gets pretty deep, and then, just spins out. It's tough getting into that zebra, especially when your back 2 tires are on it, and it's raining. You got bumpy, so it just you have no grip right there.
But that zebra is super slick. Yeah, between how slick it is, plus that zebra, it is super bumpy. And unfortunately, that's a 0 for Noguchi. Up next at the line, we have car number 66, Yuma Okada with Kaitaku Racing.
Hits this 3-2-1 zone, throwing in a lot of angle as it just touches those rumble strips in that outer zone 1, and then trying to save it, and then just over rotates.
Okada was putting down some really nice practice laps up.
He was throwing in a lot of angle in this first, getting into that first outer zone.
Again, he just throwing a lot of angle into zone 2. Unfortunately, that's a 0 for Okada. And up next, we have car number 111, Sugiura Naoki with Wisteria STM Racing. And that's in a Skyline.
Hitting this 3-2-1 zone with a handbrake entry. It's a little shallow in that first outer zone. as he makes his way around to outer zone 2. He's a little shallow in that one as well. Oh, looks like he somehow gripped up right there at that outer zone 3 and straightened him out.
Yeah, it looked like right before it just started gripping up. Correct. They will drift rain or shine. The only delay I've seen them stop for was a couple years back. We had a lot of fog here, and the judges couldn't see the track. So they delayed it for that. And we had a downpour at Okuibuki one time, and I've seen them delay that for a couple hours.
Someone asked if there's tire restrictions in FDJ2 and FDJ1. There is in FDJ2. You have to run Advan Yova 8009s. And then
up next is car number 92, Kenji Suzuki with G-Meister, HPI Racing with Neat.
looks like he shut it down on the run-up. He was having issues all morning during practice. And it looks like they're trailing him into this.
Yeah, during practice I saw that he had to be towed off, what, twice?
Yeah.
And then I saw another time that he stalled, but he was able to get his car started back up again. Hopefully he's able to get whatever needs to be sorted by his run to. And pulling up to the line now, we have car number 95, Shuichi Shinoichi with Team Magician. Oh, why are there tire restrictions in FDJ2? Oh, they're just trying to create an equal playing field.
For a big flick right at this 3-2-1 zone. Taking it nice and wide. Does a nice job in outer zone 1. Gets nice and deep in outer zone 2. Does a real good job in outer zone 3. And throwing in a lot of angle right at that final zone.
I think that the judges are going to be taking a look at the last zone. They think that he might have got 3 tires out. Quite a bit deep in zone 2. Zone 3 looks really nice. But yeah. They said that he was doing really good up until the last little bit. Sorry, there's a bit of technical issues that they're working on at the booth up here. Yeah, because the mist and light rain, we had a couple power issues we were working on.
Yeah, so FDJ2 is not allowed to change tires into like a wet tire. They have to run the same tire no matter what. So it makes it very difficult to have a high grip, high performance tire try to perform in the rain.
But yeah, Eric, that is 100% accurate. If it's really hard, especially when on the wet. And Kyle, yes, the rumble strip is outside of the zone now, and on the rumble strip, it's a 3-point deduction per tire, per zone. Yeah, all season tires. Just imagine. Yeah, but you know good and well, as soon as I do a wet tire or something, it's like nothing but sunny. Maybe that's a good idea.
Just at least allow
trick
it.
yeah. And pulling up next is up next is car number 99, Kazuya Nagahiro with Nagahiro Racing.
This 3-2-1 zone with a lot of angle, and oh, he just washes, throws too much angle and spins it out. Oh wait.
The cars do look really good in the wet. Oh, so car number 99 and car number 215 went out of order because there were some engine troubles with car number 215. So they're still working on 215, so I think that they might have to scratch their first run. Up next is car number 118, Takuma Yokoyama with Veikolo. And it looks like the tow truck will be going to the back of the track.
Maybe for
Suzuki,
yeah.
the JZX 100.
Yeah. Takuma is now out and headed to this 3-2-1 zone. There's a big flick. Going nice and deep all the way, trying to reach this first outer zone. Does an excellent job, barely getting into that rumble strip as he makes his way to outer zone 2. Does a nice job in outer zone 2. Going in a lot of angle at that outer zone 3 and looking for outer zone 4. And that was just an excellent run.
And so that's the thing that's crazy is we've been, for the last couple of hours, we were seeing runs like that by a lot of the drivers. right on the edge. That's such great placement.
Yeah, that's exactly where you need to be.
Overall, very, very good run. Especially in the wet. And one of the things is the rain again is light but consistent. So that means, at least right now, all these drivers are qualifying in the exact same conditions that they were able to practice in. And that's 81 points for Yokoyama.
Yeah, it looks like it might be getting a little worse too. It's a little bit harder to see now.
I think just getting foggier from all the tire smoke. Up next, we have car number 830, Stuart Inoue. Stuart with Crew Racing.
Looking for a big flick as he gets in that 3-2-1 area. Does a nice job in outer zone 1. Looks like he maybe got one tire into that rumble strip. Does a very nice job in outer zone 2. Has a big flick after that transition for outer zone 4.
Overall, very, very smooth run. Tons of angle coming into the first zone. He shallows it out a bit here, but again, it's tricky, especially whenever you're trying to stay off of the rumble strip.
Yeah.
Overall, it looks like a very, very smooth run. As they went a little wide in a couple of the zones, but overall, very clean, very safe run. I feel like the fog's starting to roll in now. And that's 74 for Stewart. And 74 today, very good score.
Yes.
Especially for the first run. Up next, we have car number 103, Tomohiko Kobayashi with Fat 5 Racing.
Enters in this 3-2-1 zone. Nice job. Barely touching the rumble strips. Going in a lot of angle as he makes his way to outer zone 2. Does a nice job in outer zone 2. Long handbrake after outer zone 3. Trying to push himself out to outer zone 4. It's just a little shallow there, though.
Yeah, lots of angle coming out of the initiation. Yeah, it looked like his front just sort of gripped up and put him a little bit to the left in zone 1. And then out of zone 3, it looked like the same thing. Like, he didn't quite make it out as deep as he wanted to the final zone. But overall,
should be a score.
Yeah. And right now, that's the most important thing. Just put something on the board. And that's a 68 for Kobayashi. Up next, we have car number 193, Kiminobu Deguchi with Garidori Kite, BNJ with DZ Enterprise.
Coming in with a lot of speed. He's able to scrub some of that down as he enters into outer zone 1. Coming around to outer zone 2. Does a nice job in outer zone 2. Does a nice job in outer zone 3. And then finishes off in outer zone 4. That had to by far be the fastest.
Oh, yeah. Now, this begs the question about being on the rumble strips after the finish line.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, a little shallow through zone 3. But nice and deep through zone 4. So the judges are taking a look at it. Because nice and deep through those zones. But what they're looking at now is how deep he got through this zone.
It's 3 tires on the rumble strip.
It looks like they're putting in the scores right now. And 59 for Deguchi. And up next, we have car number 620, Hinato with Athlete and LB Racing.
And with a lot of speed through this 3-2-1 zone. Scrubs it down as he gets into outer zone 1. Finessing his way through outer zone 2 and 3, trying to push out to outer zone 4, and gets all the way to outer zone 4.
Over a very nice, very clean run. Initiating super deep. Able to work his way right to the rumble strip. Overall, very, very good, clean job. Could have got a little bit deeper in zone 2. Could have held zone 3 a little longer and would have set up zone 4 a little bit better. But overall, in these conditions, a very, very good run. Yeah, that's correct. FDJ is this weekend. So we're going to have FDJ qualifying tomorrow, and we will have the finals for FDJ2 tomorrow, and we will have the finals for FDJ on Sunday. And that's 70 for Hinato. That puts him in 3rd place. And at the line now, we have car number 39, Taiki Mizui with TMS Racing.
Heading to this 3-2-1 zone, going in a big flick, having to correct it right at that corner, trying to get all the way to outer zone 1. Pushing himself to outer zone 2. It has a little bobble right there at that outer zone 3. As he makes his way to outer zone 4. Gets really deep in outer zone 4.
A I think the judges are going to take a look at that bobble. Yeah, so I think the judges consider that bobble a straightening. So that's a 0 for Mizui. Up next, we have car number 63, Fuga Kimura with Team Trinity Racing.
Kind of looks like a side exit.
Yeah,
You can't do that, but
I've seen a couple cars that had the side exit exhaust like that, but they were fake.
heading into this 3-2-1 zone. Going in a lot of angle, really deep. Pushes himself all the way out to that outer zone 1. Going in a lot of angle, that outer zone 2. Does a nice job in outer zone 3. Does a nice job in outer zone 4.
Yeah, that's a great entry. Bringing it in. Just a little bit to the rumble strip. But yeah, overall, this is what a classic Sugo run looks like. Nice and deep through the zones, hitting all the rumble strips. Unfortunately, this year they wanted us to stay off of the rumble strips. But overall, nice, clean, smooth run. And should get a decent score.
That music transition
Gotcha.
really threw me off guard. I didn't know what was happening.
And a 68 for Kimura. Up next, we have car number 260, Jonathan Chin with Team Taiwan Elite Silver Mist.
Heading into this 3-2-1 zone, has a big flick as they make their way to this first outer zone. Does a nice job, loses a little bit of angle, but throws it back in at outer zone 2. Nice and deep in outer zone 3. Does a real nice job finishing off in outer zone 4.
Yeah, he definitely reeled it in quite a bit in outer zone 4.
The cars that are using the 3-2-1 zone as like an actual zone are actually doing a lot better than the people that are taking it a lot shallower.
Yeah, it just because you're setting it up. You're setting up zone 1 at essentially a pre-zone. Yeah, overall, nice clean run. And a 70 for Jonathan. Up next, we have car number 110, Sugisaki Sensei with LG Project and TMS Racing.
Hitting this 3-2-1 zone with a lot of speed. As he does a nice job in outer zone 1, going in a lot of angle for outer zone 2. Transition's a little late, but this sets him up perfect for this outer zone 4.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I still like the classic style, nice and deep through the zones, on the rumble strip. But again, it's one of those things where It's a great run. It looks, you know, perfect because that's what we're used to. But like again, this right now they're getting you with the deductions for the zones. But overall, clean run, finished completely through. Nice and deep, lots of angle.
I think I might want to be deducted a few points than trying to be perfect and mess up.
Yeah, I hear you.
Just for this first run, at least.
And a 78 puts him in second place for Sugisaki Sensei. Now just imagine there's what, 9 points that he could have had. And up next we have car number 82, Shuhei Itoyama with Makeup Garage B2.
Has a big flick, nice and deep. As he makes his way, looking for outer zone 1. Does a nice job in outer zone 1. Gets right to that rumble strip in outer zone 2. Does a nice job with outer zone 3. Right there into outer zone 4.
We'll be back 1 second. They are looking at the power right by our station. Yeah, the rain might have killed some of the monitors. They're still looking at it for us. It's 74 for Itoyama. And up next, we have car number 373, MSG Minami with MSG Racing. Yeah, all our monitors are right now having issues because of the rain. So, a lot of this is just off memory right now.
MSG is definitely a crowd favorite. He was doing really well in practice earlier today. So to see what he can do for qualifying.
So MSG during practice, especially his first few runs, he was having quite a few issues, but right towards the end of practice, he was putting up very, very good runs.
I think it definitely helps for him to have lower horsepower cars just in the rain. Because you can actually use a lot more of your car than a lot of other people that have a lot of horsepower.
Yeah, I mean, especially the power curve. I mean, you don't have to worry about something being super torquey and just spinning out, because we've seen that plenty of times, especially with the drivers that are using NOS and mid-range.
Yeah.
Essentially,
MSG heading to this 3-2-1 area. Does a nice job getting all the way through outer zone 1. Looks like he had a little bobble at the end of outer zone 1, but gets all the way through outer zone 2 and 3, making his way to outer zone 4. Looks like he got nice and even outer zone 4 as well.
yeah, definitely trying to get out to the zones. Zone 2, nice and deep. We'll have quite a bit of issue getting into zone 3 and zone 4. Hitting it out right at the end. But overall, I think the first zone between zone 1 and zone 2, right there, I think that they got them for maybe a straight. Unfortunately for MSG Minami's first run, that's going to be a 0. Up next, we have car number 23, Jace, with Veo Kolov.
Heads out of the chicane, making his way to this 3-2-1 area with a big flick, going in a lot of angle, trying to slow down for that first outer zone. Does a nice job in that outer zone 1. Going in a lot of angle for outer zone 2 as well. With a lot of angle in outer zone 3. Does a nice job in outer zone 4.
Definitely nice. Through zone 1. Maybe a little deep. Zone 2. Right at the edge, it's zone 3. Really nice. I tell you what, he's putting down very, very clean lines, especially for only being in high school.
Yeah. You should be at school today.
I know, right? It's a family matter. It's an excuse absence. When
Was he out here yesterday?
yes, it's a family matter. So it looks like they're adding up the scores. It's funny because the monitors for me and Langston and the one right between Kenji and Takada is down. And 80 points for Jace. But the monitors are down. Oh, they're back up now. Yeah, so we don't see anything. It's great. And that puts Jace in second place. Up next, we have car number 810, Kawase Reiya, with Team Beast R.
Taking it nice and slow as he enters, looking for outer zone 1. It's a little shallow in outer zone 1. Finding outer zone 2, right all the way to the edge of the track. Outer zone 3 does a nice job, gets a little deep, maybe pushes him out a little bit too far, but does a nice job in outer zone 4. Oh!
Yeah, right at the edge of 4. That's a killer. It's super slick out there, especially if you're trying to correct to bring you back onto the track. Oh, dude, that's unfortunately. It looks like it'll be a 0 for Kawase.
Yeah, I feel like you have no grip over that paint.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it all started whenever he went a little deep in zone 3, and that pushed him a little deep into zone 4. But up next, we have comer 34, Yuki Inooka, Bold World Junction. His Junction R34.
Coming in with a lot of speed, trying to find outer zone 1. A little shallow in outer zone 1, but pushes himself out to outer zone 2. Gets into the rumble strips, but does a nice job in outer zone 3. Oh, having a little correction as he hit that outer zone 4.
Yeah, initiation. Didn't quite get out as deep as you would hope in the zone 1. Zone 2, just one time on the rumble strip, which is nice. Again, they're hitting the green right at zone 3, and that's starting to push. So judges are entering scores now. That Chase's father guiding him back into the pits.
And like you said, family matter, right?
Yep, family matter. And that's a 62 for Inooka. Up next, we have car number 109, Ryusuke Aoki, Garidori Kai, Buy Now Japan.
Gets out of the chicane, making his way to this 3-2-1 area. Does a nice job. Gets a little shallow in outer zone 1. It's a little shallow in outer zone 2. Has an early transition, which knocks him off the line, outer zone 3 and 4.
Overall, very clean, very safe run, especially for wet conditions. He didn't go super hard into the entry. Was able to make it right to the rumble strip. Swing around. Decent proximity to the zones. Again, I think that some of the drivers would rather fail safe to the inside rather than outside for that 3-point deduction versus missing it on the inside, a slightly less deduction. But it's tough.
I feel like it's also hard to change your opinion of a track that you've probably been driving for so long, and they tell you can't do something when you've been doing it for
definitely
years,
yeah.
probably.
So just imagine, it's a 69 for Aoki. Just imagine you've hit the rumble strip in this track for how many years, and it's like, oh no, try and stay off of it this year. Up next is car number 62, Tatsuya Kobayashi with Team Trinity Racing.
Yeah, I guess they're tired of painting it.
Yeah.
Goes in a big flick. Has a little bobble. They're coming around for outer zone 1. Nice and deep in outer zone 1. Gets into the rumble strips in outer zone 2, but does a nice job in outer zone 3. Coming around for outer zone 4. Looks like he did a nice job there too.
Yeah, very good job. I tell you, it's one thing I love about a lot of the X chassis is a lot of really, really smooth transitions. Nice and deep through each of the zones. I mean, I'm telling you, just put that Mark II right where he wants to put it.
Yeah, he definitely knows that car.
Nice and deep through each of the zones. I love seeing that style. But I think unfortunately there's a slight point deduction now for the rumble strips. But 78 for Kobayashi. Up next we have car number 896. Var Russell with RPM parts and his 180SX.
Yeah, another fan favorite as he's making his way to this 3-2-1 zone with a big flick. Real deep as he's trying not to hit those rumble strips. All the way on limiter. Does a nice job for outer zone 1. Gets into outer zone 2. Almost perfect, and it goes all the way to outer zone 3. Looked a little shallow, but does nice and deep in outer zone 4.
Overall, a very, very good run.
That was a solid run.
On limiter almost the whole time.
He loves his limiter.
Going in lots of angle and just riding right at the edge of the rumble strips. Dialing the angle on there too. Like it's so smooth. Just putting it right where it needs to put it, right? Judges are putting in the scores right now. Very clean, very good run by Russell. And that's a 75 by Russell, puts him in 5th place. Up next, we have car number 75, Koji Nagase, Team Kazama, with his Lexus IS 350C.
Vertible's crazy. It looks like he has it on, though, for the rain. Does a nice job in outer zone 1. Trying to make it work all the way to outer zone 2. Looks like he's a little shallow. Does a nice job in outer zone 3. Leaves a little early though. And he gets right there on the line for outer zone 4.
Yeah, just throwing in so much angle. I'm surprised that he was able to hold out in zone 1.
Yeah, he definitely didn't have enough wheel speed for it.
Tons of angle through each of the zones. And especially zone 4, throwing in tons of angle there, we've seen it backfire for a lot of drivers. I'm expecting some 88, crazy numbers.
Puts him in the 1st position for run 1.
Yeah, like I say, his run, especially all the angles just throwing into each one of the zones. And up next, we have car number 829, Sena, White River with Wakos. And he's also in JZX Mark II.
expect to see a lot of speed out of him. There's a big flick, getting into that 3-2-1 area. Trying to make it all the way through outer zone 1, using a little bit of that foot brake as he does a nice job in outer zone 2. Gets right there on the line for outer zone 3. Back on the line for outer zone 4.
I tell you, he was doing also tons of angle. Beautiful line. Lots of angle coming out of the 3-2-1. Nice, good sweeping entry into zone 1. Right into zone 2, right on the line. And again, zone 3 right there too. Overall, very good, very clean run. I feel like they just get into that crease right between the track and the rumble strips and just sit there. It's crazy. JZX 100 Mark II. And it's Sena. And 88 for Sena. That puts him in first place. And what they do is they look at the style.
Oh, yeah. We had this argument last round.
But once they get the
I thought it
second
was
run
something
in,
else.
once they get the second run in, they look at the second run first. Up next, we have car number 42, Daiichi Esaki with Kira Power, KFK with Soron, and it's S15 Sylvia.
Going in a lot of angle right before that 3-2-1 zone. Pushing himself out to that first outer zone, gets right there on the line. Going in a lot of angle for outer zone 2. He's a little shallow outer zone 3 as he's trying to push himself to outer zone 4. Gets in outer zone 4 a little late, but nothing that wouldn't cost him the score.
I really like the wide approach into the 3-2-1. Right on the edge of the rumble strip. Nice and deep into zone 2. Again, these drivers are just hitting the creases. Really, really shallow going into zone 3. But overall, a very good, very clean run 1. Just bring it out a little bit deeper into zone 3. And you're right up there.
Yeah.
That's a 73 for Esaki. Up next, we have car number 104, Toshihiko Mizuno, Team 0, S15 Sylvia.
Nice and hot in that 3-2-1 zone. Scrubbing some speed as he gets into outer zone 1. So got in a little late. Makes his way to outer zone 2. It's a little shallow in outer zone 2. Does a nice job in outer zone 3 all the way to the line. He's trying to push himself to outer zone 4. Looks like he got in just a little late.
Super wide going through the 3-2-1. Brings out nicely into zone 1. Just stretching it out to zone 2. Didn't quite get there. Zone 3 left a little early. I think maybe that leaving a little bit early just set him off his line going into zone 4. But overall, again, very clean run. And a 79 for Mizuno. That puts him in 5th place. And up next, we have car number 7, Soshiro Nakamura with Japan Environment Development Racing with Felino and S15 Sylvia.
The last round 1 qualifier for run 1. Throwing in a lot of angle for outer zone 2. For outer zone 1, gets nice and deep. Takes a little bit of the angle away to get all the way through, but does a nice job in outer zone 2. Gets a little deep though. It's a little shallow in outer zone 3. Trying to push himself outer zone 4 and gets right there on the line.
Overall, very good, very clean run. You have a couple things he can work on, especially going into a second run. It's like right on the edge. Zone 2 just looks like he drops 1 tire into the rumble strip. Zone 3 didn't look like he'd make it out as deep as he wanted to. But overall, zone 4, good transition into that. Nice, clean, smooth run. Should get a pretty decent score. So what do you guys think? $78 for Soshiro Nakamura.
Puts him in the 6th position. And our now bottom line is a 68.
We're going to hit up some commercials between run 1 and run 2. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit.
「雨の日の運転って心配ですよね」「いざという時によりちゃんと止まれるタイヤといえば横浜タイヤでしょ」
晴れの日の約4倍も事故が多い雨の運転。横浜タイヤならより安心。
タイヤは雨で選ぼう横浜タイヤ。
追い求めれば求めるほど遠ざかる時もある。でも理想に追いつけるのは自分だけだ。池江璃花子は横浜ゴムと世界に挑戦する。限界はない。行くぞ横浜。
MID ホイール。Are you ready everybody? MID ホイール。ダンディムーディ MID ホイール。キャンディーフレンディホイールは MID。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
Made in Japan. Breed.
And welcome back. We're Yokohama Tires presents FDJ2 qualifying at Sportsland Sugo, Run 2. And our current rankings are, we have Sena in first, Nagase in second, Yokoyama in third, Jason fourth, Mizuno in fifth. And you can see we have a couple of 88s up top, and the cutoff for the top 16 is 68. So it's a 20-point swing between first and 16th.
Yeah, and everybody got a feel for how it's going to be for Run 2. So we either should see some better scores or roughly the same. You never know.
I mean, the other option is worse scores.
Yeah.
So, but either way, I think the drivers have been making some slight adjustments, and I expect them to come out, and I'm expecting to see a 91 or possibly a 92 as a top score. What do you think?
Love to see it.
And
I think some of these guys, if they just got off the rumble strips a little bit, they would for sure be in the 90s.
oh yeah, quite a few of them. Super deep. I'm like, I think maybe 6-point deduction.
But
6-point deduction to Nagase, and what's that? That's a 94.
Yeah, I mean, so you never know what people can do.
I know.
So let's see if they can improve their scores.
Overall, some very, very good clean runs. And some drivers that need to tweak a couple things, put down a little bit better scores. And we had We have 14 zeros. So they have a little bit more work to go. And starting off, we have car number 999, Julian Kwok, RSR with TRC in his Supra.
Nice and slow in that first 3-2-1 area. Has a big flick, trying to get all the way through outer zone 1. Gets out of it a little early, and then, oh no, he just hasn't. Looks like he gripped up a little bit and straightened right at that bend before the first outer zone 2.
Yeah, it looked like he gripped up right between zone 1 and zone 2. And then again, but I think that after he gripped up, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna cut it. Yeah, just, and this is when he gripped up a second time. He's like, okay. Unfortunately, that's a 0-0 for Julian. But we will see him next round.
Yep. Hopefully with a dry qualifying.
Hopefully. Up next, we have car number 22, Yasuo Takano with Advantage Neo G-Meister, Cleve Racing HPI Neat in his 180 SX.
Coming in nice and conservative in this 3-2-1 zone. Trying to get all the way out to outer zone 1. Nice and deep in the outer zone 2. And then, oh, he just whips it around.
I mean, it's crazy. You can see right when he got a little too much angle in out of zone 2. And you knew that it'd be a whiplash effect.
Yeah, I think getting into outer zone 2 a little late kind of might have threw him off his game.
Unfortunately, that's a 0 for Takano. Yeah. Right after zone 2, you can see that he dialed on a little bit too much angle. So whenever he was switching back to zone 3, he flicked a little too hard and did a 720. Up next, we have car number 130, Hubert Lee, RSR with TRC with GR86.
Gets out of the chicane, heading to this 3-2-1 area. Has a big flick. Little bobble as he's trying to get into outer zone 1. Gets into the rumble strips. Cuts the line a little bit for that to push himself out to outer zone 2, and then, oh no! He just straightens up right at that outer zone 3.
He must have a ton of grip in that car, too.
Yeah.
Because he's gripping up where people are spinning out. Unfortunately, that's a 0 for Hubert. Right now, we're just waiting on car number 416. Okay, he's coming to the line, leaving the burnout box. It's car number 416. Louis Ryan with KCM Trade and TRC in a JZX 100 Chaser.
Out of the chicane, making his way to this 3-2-1 area. Nice and conservative, and then, oh, just throws way too much angle and spins around.
Yeah, just a little too hard initiation.
And that will give him a 0-0 as well, and we'll have to see him next round.
Yep. It looked like at first he was going to have a nice, easy entrance. And up next, we have car number 26, Masayuki Minami, Team YNJ. S13 Sylvia, I guess it's a 1BS, so 180SX front on an S13 Sylvia rear.
Gets in that 3-2-1 zone and then just, throws it too much angle and over rotates. So yeah, it is drizzling out, but it's been drizzling for all morning.
Correct.
So this track is just saturated, everything is just soaking wet, and it's not stopping. So yeah, the track is very slick. It's not even patchy a little bit. It's just drenched.
And the drivers had a couple hours of practice right before qualifying. Unfortunately, that's a 0 for Masayuki Minami, so we'll see him next round. It looks like he's currently buried in the dirt. So they're bringing out the circuit truck, and we'll give him a slight pull to get him out of the mud.
He's sitting on the frame right now.
Well, I mean, I guess, if it's sitting on the frame, that's like a person getting a mud bath. Just hose it off with water, super clean.
Dad jokes coming in strong.
Dude, I tell you, it's not fun cleaning mud out from frame rails or side skirts, or really anything.
Yeah, the guys that are doing a 2-point entry into that 3-2-1 zone are doing a little bit better. I don't know about better, It's just whoever keeps it out wide to the end of the track is a lot more consistent because they are able to scrub a lot more speed, and you have a larger angle to get into outer zone 1 rather than people that are taking it in shallow. They have a hard time slowing down in that short amount of time.
With the shallow too, I feel like the line is a little trickier to get into the beginning of zone 1, especially if you're actually getting near the rumble strip between the 3-2-1 and zone 1. It's harder to feel the entire zone without going 2 or more tires off.
I feel like in the dry, that shallower line is definitely an advantage.
Oh yeah,
but it's almost the exact opposite in the rain.
Oh, so I thought they just needed to tow him out, but I wonder if he had troubles. Yeah, so right now Minami is getting pulled off the track. So I don't know if he had some issues going in.
Big jerk.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see them. They're pulling Minami off still. Hashtag FDJ2.
I kind of miss the old sign.
When they each had to hold up one?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the fan? The fan one was a good one too.
I kind of miss both.
They said they only have 2 of them.
That's the 2 they're going to pass out?
So, yeah. They're each going to pass out 1. Yeah, it's funny because they're talking about, oh, it's a seal. It's a sticker. No, it's a seal. Like, I mean, so the Japanese, they use the word seal a lot of times for a sticker. And they'll talk to me in seal. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a seal because that's what I'm used to saying, right? But then they're like, oh, but I heard it was a sticker. I was like, well, yeah, it can be both. But up next, we have car number 366, Carmen Dong, HKS China, with ZN8 Hachiroku.
Coming in with a lot of angle, looking for outer zone 1. Gets into outer zone 1 at the beginning and stays all the way through, using a lot of left foot brake as he comes around for outer zone 2. Does a nice job in outer zone 2. It's a little shallow and grips up. And wavers just a bit for outer zone 3. And then gets all the way through outer zone
4. Nice and deep through zone 1. 1 tire in the rumble strip, bring it up to zone 2. 1 tire, maybe 2. And I think that waiver right there is, maybe they're going to call that a straighten, or not really straighten, a counter drift. Or they might say it's unchaseable.
Yeah, Big Red, I can definitely attest we are live. It is 11:37 in Japan. We're currently located in Sendai.
Up next, we have car number 777, Brahman Russell with RS Watanabe, Garidori Kai, Buy Now Japan, and his JZX100 Mark II, sitting on a 58.
hoping to improve his score and get in that top 16 as he enters that 3-2-1. It's a little shallow in outer zone 1, but pushes himself all the way through outer zone 2. It's a little shallow outer zone 3, but using a lot of angle, getting into outer zone 4.
A very good run by Ramen. the judges are saying, did they change the driver? Is that Marcel? Dude, a very, very good run. Much, much better than his last run.
He's had a lot of problems this year with diffs. He had transmission troubles.
Yesterday during practice, snapped both of his ankles.
So even still going into problems all season. So it's definitely refreshing to see him throw down some good runs.
Yeah, great lap, great. Yeah, because yesterday, his first run in practice, snapped both ankles, and he's like, they had to, in the 86, that puts him in 3rd place for Russell.
And he's going to be very excited for that run.
Oh yes, definitely. That was a great run. Oh, up next, we have car number 171, Eijo Noguchi with Harukaze Racing in a GR86.
Going in a lot of angle, and just was not able to save it.
He's been throwing in a lot of angle today through all the practices too. And unfortunately, that's a second 0 for Noguchi, so we will see him next round. That is one of my favorite liveries on any of the cars.
Yeah, I do like the color scheme.
But yeah, unfortunately, that's a 0 for Noguchi. Up next, we have car number 66, Ryuma Okada, Kaitaku Racing with an S15 Sylvia. And he's sitting on a 0.
Has an early flick, and then right before that 3-2-1, but he does get in the angle at that 1 cone. Does a nice job in outer zone 1. Throwing in a lot of angle for outer zone 2. And it has the early transition that has to straighten up.
Man, such great recovery after a bobbled initiation. Just right at zone 3. Brings it up nice and deep through zone 1. Zone 2, just too much angle going in, and you had the transition way too early.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's a 0 for Okada, so we'll see him next round. Up to the line now, we have car number 111, Sugiura Naoki, Wisteria STM Racing with the Wisteria R33 Skyline.
I really like this car. Nice and sleek. You don't really see 33s out like that. Hits that 3-2-1 going, and then just over rotates.
And unfortunately, that's a 0 for Naoki, so we'll see him next round. Yeah, it's a very clean looking R33. I mean, I don't know. I prefer 32s and 34s more. With my favorite Skyline being the R31.
Everybody has preferences.
That's true. Up next, we have car number 92, Kenji Suzuki with with G-Meister, HPI Racing with Neat, and the JZX100 Chaser.
Yeah, having all issues all morning, so let's see if he can get together a full run. Enters in that 3-2-1. Gets all the way through outer zone 1. Has a good transition, sets him up perfect for that outer zone 2, and then, oh! It's now off-road.
I thought he was going to hit the Sugo sign. But yeah, coming into zone 1. Looked good. And then looked like he was set up for zone 2, really nice. But then just started adding a bunch of angle on once he got to the rumble strip. And then just a quick flick back just was too hard. Fortunately, that's a 0 for Suzuki, so we will see him next round. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, not being able to get it through a full run kind of hurts you.
Yeah. Car number 95, Shuichi Shinoichi, Team Magician in his S14 Sylvia.
They definitely use the same tire in the wet and the dry. It's the Advan Neova 8009s. They're not allowed to change tires. It's a spec tire that every competitor in FDJ2 has to run. It levels the playing fields because there's a big difference. There's some like higher horsepower cars, there's some lower horsepower cars. There's kind of one advantage, one way to level playing field. Has an early flick right before that 3-2-1. Does a nice job in outer zone 1. Great job in outer zone 2. A little deep in outer zone 3. Does a nice job in outer zone 4. Just modulating that throttle all the way through that run.
Overall, very clean run. That's how you come back from a 0. Nice smooth entry. Right out to the line. So that waiver right before zone 2, a lot of people would overcorrect and you would see a total spin out. That was great work. Not tweaking it too much. So what do you guys think he scored? Yeah, a much better run. So that's a 71. That puts him in 14th place. And the current borderline is a 70. Unfortunately, 215 Takata is out for machine trouble, and we will have car number 99, Kazuya Nagahiro, with Nagahiro Racing with his S14 Sylvia.
Comes in with a lot of speed, having to scrub it down as he hits this outer zone 1, but then gets a really shallow and has to straighten up. Very unfortunate. He's been a solid driver all season.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing that's crazy is during practice, he was nailing these runs too.
I mean, I'm the same way when you're practice, just going around, and then you get into a competition-like mindset, you start to overthink it, and you start doing little mistakes that end up inevitably making it
definitely
more costly.
Especially with your spotters, like you need to increase your speed a little bit. Next thing you know, you're like,
you're going 40 over what you need to be.
like no, a little bit, just tweaks, minor changes. It's tough. Up next, we have car number 118, Takuma Yokoyama with Veikolo in his S15 Sylvia. He's sitting on an 81.
There's a big flick as he comes around to that 3-2-1 area. Does a nice job to get all the way to the edge of outer zone 1, pushing himself into outer zone 2. Gets into the rumble strips just a little bit, but does a nice job in outer zone 3. Come around for outer zone 4, wavering on his way, but all in all, a good run. And then, oh,
that was a good save. It's a good thing that there's a lot of room on the right side.
Yeah.
So yesterday during practice, he spun out on the left and went around and banged the wall on his right side. So today, safe. Sitting with an 81, currently in 4th place.
and he gets a 0 because he spun out after the finish line.
Up next, we have car number 830, Stewart Inoue with Crew Racing in his S15 Sugo. That's one of my favorite paint jobs, I guess, LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, they come out with some great colors. Having a big flick into this 3-2-1 zone area. Getting nice and deep at the beginning and all the way through outer zone 1. Pushing himself into outer zone 2. Gets right to the edge of the track, right where he needs to be, and then gets a little deep into outer zone 3, and then saves it and gets right back on the line for outer zone 4.
Overall, very, very clean run. Stewart, he's great for throwing tons of angle.
He's been very consistent all year. Just the rain kind of affects him a little bit because he practices in the dry, goes in a lot of angle, and then the wet, he has to tame it down, and that's just not how he drives.
Yeah. Yeah, so many times we see just tons and tons of angle. Oh, and we chasing people, that's when it gets good. And he's sitting on a 74, and the current borderline is a 70, so a 77 puts him in 10th place.
Moves him up a few spots. There's a few people under him, so hopefully he can stay into the top 16.
Up next, we have car number 103, Tomohiko Kobayashi with Fat 5 Racing with a ZN6 86, and he's sitting on a 68.
Into this 3-2-1 area with a nice handbrake entry. Enters and exits outer zone 1 nice and deep. Pushing himself to outer zone 2. It's a little shallow as he crosses over to outer zone 3. Going in a lot of angle, having to slow himself down. And then missing outer zone 4.
So I think maybe he held the brake a little bit too much between zone 1 and zone 2. Because coming into zone 1 was nice and deep, but he's on the, and it's hard to see from this angle, but from the judge stand, you can see that from zone 1 almost all the way out to zone 2, he was on the foot brake. And I think that slowed him down to the point we had a hard time getting out to the edge of zone 3.
Exactly.
And then to connect it into zone 4. But he's currently sitting on 68. So let's see what the judges say. What do you guys think? Do you guys think he'll go over 70? because currently the cutoff is 70 points, and he's right now 2 points below it. So unfortunately, it's a 66. So we will have to see Kobayashi next round. Yeah, it's crazy. So for J2, we have anything from maybe 350, 400 horsepower, all the way to over 1,000. And currently up, we have car number 193, Kiminobu Deguchi, Garidori Kai, B&J with DC Enterprise, with an S15 Sylvia.
Has a lot of speed as he entered that outer zone 1. Looking for outer zone 2, gets a little deep. And then gets right there on the line for outer zone 3, pushing himself out to outer zone 4, and then gets right back to the end of, to the line of outer zone 4.
Coming in nice. Smooth e-brake entry. Getting out to zone 1, nice. Just a little deep into zone 2. Overall, I think probably better than his last run of a 59. What do you guys think?
I'm amazed at how much speed he actually pulls, because he's by far the fastest of the day.
And unfortunately for Deguchi, he got a 67. So we will see him next round. Up next, we have car number 620, Hinato, athlete with LB Racing, and he is in a JZX100 Chaser.
Coming in with a lot of speed, backing it up, trying to stay on throttle, but then just messes up his line, and that will cost him his run.
Hinato with sitting on a 70, so there's still quite a few guys behind him, so he is right on the borderline. Unfortunately, that's a 0.
He is currently in 16th, so we'll see if he's able to hold on to that.
Pulling up to the line now, we have car number 39, Taiki Mizui, TMS Racing, with the S15 Sylvia. And I love their team livery too.
Yeah, the TMS crew definitely does a really good job on there.
And even Mizui's the same style, but just a light blue instead.
I think I'm kind of liking the blue better. Coming in with a lot of speed, having to scrub it down as he gets into that outer zone 1. It's a little deep in outer zone 1. He's trying to push himself to outer zone 2. It's a little shallow. Gets right there on the line for outer zone 3. Is pushing him out to outer zone 4. Quite nice. He has a little bobble though, but all in all, really good run.
Unfortunately, sitting on a 0, so he has to score over 70. So what do you guys think? Yeah, TMS normally has a lot of BMWs.
Yeah, they do have a lot of BMWs, but they do snake in a few other cars.
Yeah. Fortunately, that's a 0 from Mizui. So we will see him next round. Up next, car number 63, Fuku Kimura, Team Trinity Racing with a JZX 100 Mark II. He's sitting on a 68, so just right outside the cutoff zone.
Has a nice conservative entry. Looking for outer zone 1. Gets all the way to the edge of the track. Pushing himself out for outer zone 2. It's a little shallow in outer zone 2. Transitions a little early for outer zone 3. He gets all the way to the line for outer zone 4.
Overall, very clean, very smooth run by Kimura. Right on the edge. Beautiful transition into zone 2. Just didn't work out quite as deep as we were hoping. Transition to zone 3 a little early, but hugging out nice and deep to zone 4. And he's sitting on a 68. So what do you guys think he scored on the second run? So a 75 for Kimura. Puts him in 11th place. Up next, we have car number 260. Jonathan Chen, Team Taiwan Elite Silver Mist of BMW F22.
He's sitting on a 70 right now, so he's hoping to improve his score because he's right at that cutoff. Come around to outer zone 1. Gets nice and deep in outer zone 1. Move into outer zone 2. It's a little shallow in outer zone 2. It's a little deep in outer zone 3. He comes around to outer zone 4 and does a nice job all the way through the finish.
That was definitely a great recovery between 3 and 4. Flicks nice and hard through initiation. Looks like one tire into the rumble strip in zone 1. Not quite out to zone 2. 3 here, it looks like you can see towards the end of it. He's started losing a little bit of grip, but he's able to catch it into zone 4 without getting too deep.
Guys, they're in the chat asking about is there any JZX 90s? I don't think there's any 90s this year, but 2 years ago, Mikey Nakamura had a JZX 90, sorry, with a 100 body kit.
Yeah, it was crazy. That's 69 for Jonathan. That puts him into 6th place with his 70 as the top score. Up next, we have car number 110, Sugisaki Sensei, LG Project with TMS Racing, in his S15 Sylvia. He's sitting on 78.
It's an early flick, getting all the way to the edge of that track, that 3-2-1 area. Come around for outer zone 1. A little shallow through outer zone 1. Making his way to outer zone 2. Stays a little shallow there. Has a little bobble at that outer zone 3. And then makes his way to outer zone 4 right all the way to the line.
Overall, very, very clean. Bringing it out right to the edge of zone 1. Really close to the edge of zone 2. Nice through 3. And hit zone 4. Really nice. So what do you guys think? Sitting on the 78, think he improved? Yeah, very, very clean run. A bit of wavering, but not bad at all. Judges are putting their scores in, so it should pop up on the screen shortly. 75 for Sugisaki Sensei. And he's in 7th place. Up next, car number 82, Shuhei Itoyama, Makeup Garage B2 with a 180 SX.
Looking for a big entry as he comes around at 3-1. All the way through outer zone 1, making his way to 2. It's a little shallow. He gets a little shallow in outer zone 3 as well. Trying to push himself into outer zone 4 and then gets nice and deep right at the very end of that zone.
Right on the edge of the track for that initiation. And then it brings it out to the edge of zone 1. A little shallow in zone 2 though. Not much angle and a little shallow through zone 3. But brings it out nice and deep to zone 4. Overall, a good clean run. Sitting on a 74. Do you guys think improvement? Stay the same? Oh, RB20s. I don't know that anybody's running an RB20 here.
I don't think so. I haven't seen it at least.
And a 74.
Which is his same score as his first qualifier.
Consistency.
Man, that's all you can ask for.
Up next, we have car number 373, MSG Minami, with MSG Racing in his S13 Sylvia.
SR.
SR.
Has a big flick as he hits that 3-2-1. Puts himself not really deep into outer zone 1. Coming around for outer zone 2 is a little shallow. He hits outer zone 3 and then, just over rotates.
Just a little too hard.
I don't know if you were able to notice. He was kind of floating on 3 tires at that zebra for outer zone 1, and it was just throwing his car all the way around.
Well, dude, that's because the zebra is huge. The bumps.
It's probably 3 or 4 inches tall. It has to be more than maybe like 6 inches tall.
Unfortunately, that's a 0 for Minami. Up next, we have car number 23, Jace Viocolo with that Z33 Fairlady. Or 350 in the States.
Has a big flick as he hits that 3-2-1, going in a lot of angle, and then just over rotates.
Just a little too hard.
He was coming in with some power.
But he's sitting on an 80, so that's good.
I guess that's why he could.
He's just throwing in a little hard, trying to get that extra bump. Coming up to the line now, we have car number 810, Kawase Reiya, with Team B-Star in his S14 Sylvia.
He's sitting on a 0, hoping to improve. Let's see what he can do. Gets the green light, comes out of the chicane. Gaining a lot of speed. Hits the 3-2-1. He's a little shallow in outer zone 1. But pushing himself to outer zone 2. A little shallow through outer zone 2, and then has a little correction. Trying to push himself into outer zone 4 and does a nice job there. but that correction might just be a little bit too much.
Yeah, the judges will definitely be taking a look at that. He didn't get up very deep for zone 1. I don't know if he's having some issues because he's not on the red line like we're used to hearing. Yeah, that was a massive correction between 2 and 3.
Yeah, this is definitely not like him.
Yeah, the only RB that I know that's in competition is Jake Jones, and he's in FDJ1, and he's running RB 26. But he is the only one that I know, and they're having some issues right now. But I think he sorted out yesterday during practice. He had some more block leakage, but he sorted that out yesterday. So we will see him at practice again today. Oh yeah, my bad. We got a couple other skylines. Here's another RB. Yeah, I'm a dummy. So unfortunately for Kawase, it's a 0 points.
I didn't want to call you out.
It's fine. Call me out. You're like, oh, I'm not going to call you out. I just pointed out on paper. Up next, we have car number 34, Yuki Inooka, Bold World Junction with a Junction R34.
Coming in playing nice and conservative at this 3-2-1. Gets all the way to the edge of the track through outer zone 1, pushing himself to outer zone 2. It's a little shallow. Looks like he had a little bobble at that transition, which left him a little shallow in outer zone 3, which threw his line off for outer zone 4.
It's tough because once you're offline, it's hard to get back online without making massive corrections. Coming out of zone 1, turning on the angle right before zone 2, but just not carrying enough speed. Shallow for 2, 3, and 4. And he's sitting on a 62. So let's see what the judges say. What do you guys think? That's 66 for Inooka. So unfortunately, we will see him next round. Up next, we have car number 109, Ryusuke Aoki Garidori Kite, by now Japan, with the JZX 100 Mark II. And he's sitting on a 69.
It's a big early entry in that 3-2-1. Nice. Getting to outer zone 1, but it was a little shallow all the way through. It's nice and deep in outer zone 2. It's an early transition. Makes him come out of outer zone 3 a little early. He gets nice and deep into outer zone 3.
Yeah, definitely going to be tough on the judges here. Entry not too far out. Missed on 1. Here it looks like he got a little straight, but he was able to go deep into zone 2, zone 3, and nice through zone 4. Yeah, right between zone 1 and zone 2 is really tricky, that transition.
Yeah.
It looked like might have drove straight, but also it's very difficult to see.
Yeah.
Or not see to tell. So what do you guys think? He's sitting on the 69. Will he improve?
It's also kind of like a domino effect too, because if they mess up the 1 to 2, it throws them off for outer zone 3 as well.
Unfortunately, that's a 60, so we will see Aoki next round. Up next, we have car number 62, Tatsuya Kobayashi, Team Trinity Racing with a JCX 100 Mark II.
And then with a big entry, oh, that little waiver that he had right before threw him off.
It's tricky because that little waiver, you're like, okay, well, let me just try and push through it. And then you push through a door, and it's just wide open. But fortunately for him, he's sitting on a 78. So he should be in the show. He's currently in 9th place. And it doesn't look like anyone below him could knock him out. Up next, we have car number 896, Russell Baird with RPM Parts with his 180 SX sitting on a 75.
Having a big flick as he hits that 3-2-1 coming around out of zone 1. It's a little shallow, a little wavering, but pushing out to outer zone 2. It's all the way through outer zone 2. Nice and deep into outer zone 3. Trying to reach outer zone 4 that gets right there on the line.
I feel like his bonnet just keeps wanting to lift up. The hood.
Oh, I do see it. Could be a hood pin.
Yeah, so he uses the click ones. Yeah. But overall, really good run. He's sitting on a 75.
Ooh, did he lose his little eyelid?
Yeah, I thought I saw it earlier, but I definitely don't see it now. So what do you guys think? Think he improved on a 75? Oh, okay. So just found out that because his bonnet was open like that, he got 0 points.
I was going to ask you that. I just don't want to sound dumb.
I guess they said it is a regulation that both bonnet pins or both of the mounts need to stay latched through the entirety of the run. Car number 75, Koji Nagase, Team Kazama with the Lexus IS 350C convertible.
And then with a lot of speed as he hits this 3-2-1 with a lot of angle, trying to hold on really deep over the rumble strip in outer zone 1, pushing out, and there's a little shallow in outer zone 2 and straightens up.
So with Russell, his bonnet was attached at the start of the run. And then it lifted right after he started getting speed.
Yeah, they check.
Yeah.
They put hands on most of the panels to make sure that they're not going to go anywhere.
Fortunately, that's a 0 for Nagase. And again, fortunately for Russell, he's in the show with a 75. Nagase, currently qualified second. Up next, we have car number 829, Sena, White River with Wakos in his JZX 100 Mark II.
big flick in that 3-2-1 with a lot of speed. Just all the way to the edge of the track, using a lot of that left foot brake, pushing himself out to outer zone 2. Nice and deep in outer zone 2. All the way to the line in outer zone 3. Nice and deep in outer zone 4.
I tell you what, that's one of the angriest sounding JZXs I've heard in a while. Right at the line, in zone 1. Pushing out really deep into zone 2. Beautiful switch back into zone 3. And deep through zone 4. And Sena with the 88. And second score is an 80. So that keeps him in first place. Yeah, Sena's been doing great this year. Up next, car number 42, Daiichi Esaki Kira Power with KFK with Soran in his S15 Sylvia.
It's a big flick and that 3-2-1. Gets all the way to the edge of the track and then comes out of outer zone 1 just a little early. Gets all the way to the edge of the track. Outer zone 2 has an early transition and shallows him out into outer zone 3 and then add outer zone 4.
Yeah, I love how he initiates. With the tire right on the line, brings it out nice to zone 1, zone 2, right on the line. Maybe left a little early, which means he ends up leaving 3 a little early and then has a tough time getting out to 4. But overall, very good run. And he's sitting on a 73, so what do you guys think he's going to end up with a second score? So an 82 for Esaki. That puts him in the 5th place.
Which is definitely an improvement on his 73 from his first run.
Up next, we have car number 104, Toshihiko Mizuno with Team Zero in his S15 Sylvia.
Does a nice job entering in that 3-2-1. Gets to the edge of the track in the outer zone 1. It's right there to the edge in outer zone 2 and 3. We're looking for outer zone 4. It's a little shallow in outer zone 4.
Overall, nice, smooth run. Brings it up nice into zone 1. Leaves zone 1 really late, which is sets him up nicely for zone 2, right on the borderline. Lots of angle going through zone 3. And just getting out to zone 4, right at the end.
Coming off a win from last round, so he's definitely hoping to do the same. He's very excited.
Definitely feeling it.
And someone in the chat asked if this is right next to close to Sendai. It's right on the outskirts of it.
Yep.
Probably it took me like 5 minutes from the toll road right after Sendai.
And a 79 for Mizuno.
Which also another consistent run.
That's right.
From his first run with a 79.
And our last qualifying run for the day, we have car number 7, Soshiro Nakamura, Japan Environment Development Racing with Delino in his S15 Sylvia, sitting on a 78.
Coming in with a lot of speed and a lot of angle as he has his eyes set on outer zone 1. Goes all the way to the edge of the track, pushing himself out to outer zone 2. Gets right there on the line. It's a little shallow, but pushing himself out all the way to outer zone 4.
I tell you what, that was a great recovery. There was like 3 times I counted when there was a chance that he was about to spin out.
Yeah.
And like right there, I mean, at any point, I felt like there's a chance he could spin out a straight. He just came through each time, right on the edge.
I'm telling you, being younger is in his advantage. He has more reflexes. He has faster reflexes than us.
Or maybe it's just no fear.
I think, yeah, we talked about this last
Yeah.
time. I think it's the reflex and fear.
Yeah. I'm old. Climbing downstairs is hard enough for me. Overall, an excellent, smooth run. With great control. Now, do you guys think that he's going to go over an 88? Go into first? An 88. That puts him into second place.
That's a lot of 88s.
Yeah, it's 3. Cena in first place with an 80 for his second run. So a 2-point difference. There were some really great runs today.
Yeah.
It's really tough narrowing them down to the top 16 though.
It's hard.
So we have 3 88s. Sena, Nakamura, and Nagase. And then 86 from Russell. Yokoyama 83. Itsaki 82. And Jace with an 80. That rounds out the top 7. And then next, it's a total of 18 points between first and 16th. But Mizuno, Sena, Kobayashi, Inoue, Kimura, Russell, Itoyama, Shinoichi, and Jonathan. Tell you, Jonathan squeaked in there.
Yeah.
Glad to see him back in there, though. That's
Yeah,
good.
270s is just that. It's just how the judges look
Yeah.
at it.
Well, and so in this case for Hinato, right? His spin out trying to get that extra score ended up biting him.
Yeah.
Because Jonathan's second score or second run was a 69. So that's going to wrap it up for us today. We will see you guys tomorrow for Formula Drift Japan. And we will see you tomorrow also for Formula Drift Japan 2, top 16 to finals.
Yep, so we'll have qualifying first, and then we'll finish up top 16 for FDJ2.
Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yep, see you soon.
Later.
雨の日の運転って心配ですよね。いざという時によりちゃんと止まれるタイヤといえば横浜タイヤでしょ。
晴れの日の約4倍も事故が多い雨の運転。横浜タイヤならより安心。
タイヤは雨で選ぼ横浜タイヤ。
追い求めれば求めるほど遠ざかる時もある。でも理想に追いつけるのは自分だけだ。池江璃花子は横浜ゴムと世界に挑戦する。限界はない。 行くぞ横浜。
MID ホイール Are you ready everybody MID ホイールダンディムーディ MID ホイールキャンディフレンディホイールは MID
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
Made in Japan. Breed.